Every single transaction you make on-chain is being watched, traced, cataloged. Your wallet, it's not private, it's a glass box. Blockchain analytics companies like Chainalysis and Elliptic are building profiles on wallets, your wallet, and selling that data to governments, institutions, and anyone willing to pay. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be this way. Crypto was created for financial sovereignty, and what is that without privacy? So today, I'm breaking down the best privacy wallets in crypto, what they do, how they work, and which ones actually deliver on the promise of financial privacy. No hype, no shilling, just the tools that work. If you enjoy this type of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, let's get into it. Now before getting to the wallet, let's address a myth real quick. You might think I have nothing to hide, but privacy isn't about hiding any criminal activity. It's about maintaining basic human dignity in your financial life. And in crypto, the default is zero privacy. Every Bitcoin transaction, every Ethereum swap, every NFT purchase, it's all on a public ledger, forever, visible to anyone. That wallet you've been using, someone can see how much you got, where you got it, who you've sent it to, when you were active, and with enough data points, even who you are. So yeah, privacy matters, and the right wallet is your first line of defense. But here's the thing, there's no single wallet that does it all. Privacy looks different depending on what chain you are on, what you're doing with your crypto, and what threats you're actually trying to protect against. So let me give you the lay of the land before we dive in. First, we're going to cover Bitcoin privacy wallets. Bitcoin is a fully transparent blockchain. Every transaction is public. So these wallets use techniques like CoinJoin, basically mixing your coins with other people's coins, and careful coin control to break the trail between your identity and your transactions. They're bolting privacy onto a system that wasn't designed for it. And honestly, they've gotten remarkably good at it. Then we're stepping into Monero territory. And this is a fundamentally different philosophy. Monero doesn't bolt privacy on as an afterthought. It's private by default. Every transaction, every user, every time, amounts hidden, sender hidden, receiver hidden. The wallets here don't need to add privacy. They just need to give you clean, secure access to a blockchain that was built private from the ground up. And finally, EVM and DeFi privacy. This is the newest frontier and honestly the most exciting. I use this all the time. If you're swapping tokens, farming yield, providing liquidity on Ethereum or other EVM chains, all of that activity is completely exposed right now. The tools in this section use zero knowledge proofs to let you do all of that. Swaps, lending, yield farming, you name it, you can do all of these things from inside the shielded state. Your address, your balances, your transaction history, all hidden on-chain while you still interact with real DeFi protocols. So whether you're a Bitcoin purist, a Monero maxi, or deep in DeFi, there's something here for you. Let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is pseudonymous, not anonymous. Big difference. Your name isn't on the blockchain, but your patterns are, and patterns are enough. So how do you break those patterns? I'm glad you asked. First up, we got Wasabi Wallet. Desktop wallet only, and honestly, the heavyweight champion of Bitcoin privacy. Wasabi's big feature is CoinJoin, built directly into the wallet. Here's what that means in plain English. Imagine 10 people all throw their coins into a pot. The pot gets mixed up and everyone pulls out the same amount they put in. But now nobody can tell which coins belong to who. That's CoinJoin. And Wasabi does it automatically using a protocol called Wasabi. On top of that, all your network traffic goes through Tor by default, so your IP address is never exposed. And the way a Wasabi checks the blockchain, it uses something called block filters, which means even Wasabi's own servers don't know which addresses are yours. Now the catch, CoinJoin costs fees. The more you mix, the more you pay, and some exchanges have started flagging coin-joined coins. so you do need to think about where you are spending after you mix. But for pure Bitcoin privacy, Wasabi is the real deal. Sparrow Wallet, also desktop, and if Wasabi is the heavyweight, Sparrow is the Swiss Army knife. Sparrow supports CoinJoin too, but where it really shines is something called coin control. Let me explain why this matters. In Bitcoin you don't have one balance, you have individual chunks of Bitcoin called UTXOs. Think of them like separate bills in your physical wallet. Now imagine one of those bills has your name on it. Maybe you bought it from a KYC exchange, and another bill is completely clean. If you spend them together in one transaction, congratulations, you just linked your identity to your cleaned coins. Sparrow prevents this. It lets you see every single UTXO, label them, and choose exactly which ones to spend. It's meticulous, it's powerful, and for most people, this kind of careful coin management prevents more privacy leaks than any mixing protocol ever could. Oh, and it connects to your own Bitcoin node. That means you're not asking some random server to look up your balance. You're checking it yourself. Zero data leakage. Now I need to talk about Samourai Wallet, and this one comes with a story. Samourai was, and I mean it, the gold standard for mobile Bitcoin privacy. Built by people who genuinely believed financial privacy was a human right. They had tools nobody else had. Things like Whirlpool, their own CoinJoin implementation, Stonewall that made regular transactions look like CoinJoins even when they weren't, confusing blockchain analysts. Another tool was Ricochet, which added extra hops to your transactions to create distance from any flagged coins in your history. And last on the list, Paynims, a stealth address system so you could receive payments without ever reusing an address. And the cherry on top, everything ran through Tor by default. Then in April 2024, the Department of Justice arrested the founders and seized their servers. The code is open source, so community forks like Ashigaru are carrying the torch, but the infrastructure is fragmented, and the message from the US government was loud and clear: build privacy tools and you might become a target. I'm including Samourai here because the concepts it pioneered do still matter, and because the story itself is always a reminder of why this stuff is important and why it's under threat. Alright, now we're stepping into different territory. Everything I just covered with Bitcoin, the mixing, the coin control, the Tor routing, that's all about bolting privacy onto a transparent blockchain. It works, but you're playing defense mode there. Monero flips the script entirely. With it, every single transaction is private, for every user, every single time. It's not an option you can toggle on and off. It's not a feature you pay extra for. It's by default. It's mandatory. It's baked into the protocol. 3 technologies make this work. Number 1, ring signatures. Your transaction gets mixed with decoys so nobody can tell who the real sender is. Stealth addresses. Every time someone sends you Monero, a brand new one-time address is created automatically. And last, ring CT. The amounts are also hidden. The result? You can look at the Monero blockchain all day long and you will learn absolutely nothing about who sent what to whom and for how much. So let's talk about the best ways to use it. Feather Wallet. Desktop, the best Monero wallet you've probably never heard of. It's clean, it's fast, and it's built by developers who are deeply embedded in the Monero community. You get the full Monero privacy stack, ring signatures, stealth addresses, ring CT, plus Tor and I2P support baked right in. There's proper coin control for advanced users, and it runs light. You don't need to download the entire Monero blockchain to use it. If you're on desktop and you want Monero done right, this is it, make no mistake. Cake Wallet, iOS and Android. This is the one I recommend to most people getting started with Monero. It's user-friendly, non-custodial, supports Monero with all the native privacy tech working under the hood. But here's the killer feature: built-in exchanges. You can swap Bitcoin to Monero inside the wallet without creating an account anywhere. No sign up, no KYC, no email. Think about what that means. You have Bitcoin sitting in another wallet, you send it to Cake, swap it to Monero, and now your trail goes cold. That BTC to XMR swap inside the non-custodial wallet is one of the most powerful privacy moves available in crypto right now. And for the purists, the Monero GUI wallet. This is the official wallet from the Monero project itself. No frills, fully functional, and if you run it with your own full Monero node, which it makes it easy to do, you achieve something close to privacy perfection. Your wallet never talks to anyone else's server. Your transactions are cryptographically private. Your node validates everything independently. It also supports sub-addresses. You can generate an unlimited number of receiving addresses that cannot be linked to each other or to your main wallet. Just hand a different address to everyone who pays you, and nobody ever can connect the dots. Now, obviously, running a full Monero node from home is not for everyone, but if you want maximum sovereignty over your financial privacy, this is definitely the setup. Okay, Bitcoin has its tools, Monero is private by design, but what about Ethereum? What about DeFi? If you're swapping on a decentralized exchange, think Uniswap, PancakeSwap, etc., if you're farming yield, providing liquidity, all of that activity is completely public on Ethereum. Your wallet address is a window into everything you do. So let's talk about the tools that are trying to fix that. Unstoppable Wallet for iOS and Android. A really clean multi-coin wallet that takes privacy more seriously than most. No KYC, no account creation, no email, you install it and you're good to go. It has Tor integration for network level privacy, built-in DEX swaps so you're not routing through centralized exchanges, and it's fully open source and non-custodial. Now I want to be clear, Unstoppable doesn't do mixing or cryptographic shielding. It's not hiding your transactions on chain. What it does is minimize the data you leak at every other layer. No account, no IP exposure, no centralized intermediary. Think of it as privacy through operational hygiene. Not as powerful as cryptographic privacy, but still way better than what most people are doing. Now we're getting into the heavy stuff. Railgun. Railgun is a privacy protocol for DeFi. You interact with it through the Railway wallet, available on mobile and web. And what it does is genuinely impressive. Using zero-knowledge proofs, specifically ZK snarks, Railgun lets you shield your wallet address, your token balances, and your entire transaction history on-chain. And here's what sets it apart. You can interact with DeFi protocols from inside that shielded state. Swaps, lending, liquidity, all private. But Railgun has one more trick that I think is really clever. Something called private proof of innocence. Here's the idea. Regulators worry that privacy tools are used for money laundering. Railgun lets you cryptographically prove that your funds did not come from sanctioned or flagged sources, without revealing who you are or what your balance is. You prove you're clean without giving up your privacy. That's a smart regulatory hedge, and it might be the reason Railgun stays operational when other privacy tools face pressure. It currently supports Ethereum, Arbitrum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon, and it has the deepest anonymity pools in the EVM privacy space right now. Next, Hinkal, and if you're working across multiple EVM chains, pay attention. Like Railgun, Hinkal uses ZK snarks to shield your address, your balances, and your transactions. But where Hinkal stands out is chain coverage. Ethereum, Arbitrum, Polygon, BNB Chain, AVAX, Optimism, Hinkal works across more EVM ecosystems than any other privacy tool out there right now. And it's not just about hiding. You can swap, provide liquidity, and farm yield through major protocols like Uniswap and 1inch, all from shielded addresses. You're not stuck in some privacy silo. You're using real DeFi, but privately. Now let me give you the honest picture. Hinkal is newer than Railgun. The track record is shorter, and privacy tools live and die by something called the anonymity set. Basically, how many people are in the shielded pool with you. The more people, the harder it is to trace anyone. On the bigger chains, Hinkal's pools are growing nicely. On the smaller chains, the crowd might be thinner, which means your privacy guarantees are weaker. It also has a VC-backed, identifiable team, which is great for accountability, but could be a pressure point if regulators come knocking. We saw what happened with Samourai, right? That's why I shared that story earlier. So here is how I would frame the choice. If you are primarily on Ethereum and Arbitrum, and you want the deepest pools and longest track record, use Railgun. If you are working across many other EVM chains and want the widest coverage with strong DeFi access, Hinkal is the way to go. Honestly, both existing and competing is healthy. Privacy infrastructure needs redundancy. If one gets taken down, the other just might survive. Time for the Quickfire Round. Tools that didn't make the main list but deserve a shout. Zeus, a self-custodial Lightning node on your phone. Lightning transactions happen off-chain, which adds a genuine privacy layer. It's growing fast. Stack Wallet, clean mobile wallet with Monero support and built-in swaps. Nice on-ramp for beginners. Electrum with your own server. Lightweight Bitcoin wallet, connected to your own Electrum server over Tor, and you've got a basic but effective private setup. Alright, before you go ahead and download 6 wallets, let me save you from yourself. No wallet makes you private on its own. The biggest privacy leaks don't come from broken cryptography, they come from human habits. Let me give you the 5 that matter the most, and I've touched upon them in previous videos, but here they are. Number 1, reusing addresses. Every time you give someone the same address, you're handing them a thread they can pull to unravel your entire history. Use fresh addresses, always. Number 2, KYC on ramps. If you bought your crypto from Coinbase with your passport and social security number, every privacy tool you use after that is playing defense. The exchange already knows those coins were yours. Buying non-KYC is the first real privacy move. Number 3, not using Tor or a VPN. When your wallet connects to the network, your IP address can be logged and linked to your transactions. Tor fixes this, just use it. Number 4, merging coins. If you combine a clean, anonymous UTXO with one you bought on a KYC exchange in the same transaction, you just linked them. Both are now doxed. Coin control exists for a reason. Number 5, posting your address publicly. It does sound obvious, right? But it happens constantly. Your donation address in your Twitter bio, that's a direct link to your on-chain identity. The ideal flow looks like this. Buy non-KYC, receive into a privacy wallet, mix or shield or convert to Monero. Then spend carefully. Privacy isn't a product you buy, it's a practice you maintain. The wallet is just one piece. And that's about it, guys. The full breakdown, every major privacy wallet in crypto right now, what they do, how they work, and where they fall short. If this helped you, maybe share with someone also interested in the topic. Subscribe for more of this type of content. I'm going deep on privacy tools, non-KYC acquisition methods, and operational security in upcoming videos. Drop a comment telling me which wallet you're using right now. If you have any questions, let me know as well. I'm genuinely curious to know your thoughts on the matter, and if you think I missed something or got something wrong, tell me that as well. The whole point of the video and the channel is to help people improve their crypto privacy, so if you have something that might add on to that, feel free to share. That being said, guys, thank you for watching, take care, keep exploring crypto, do it privately, and I'll see you in the next one.